Recently Gwamgo posted a response video to address the hate, and it's awful. This isn't about denying harassment or defending or attacking anyone, it's about calling out all the manipulation tactics and contradictions.
Last 3 years, I've been a target of relentless harassment and slander, with people deliberately spreading lies about me and my brand in order to attempt to destroy my credibility. These false narratives have not only been weaponized by actual malicious individuals to deflect accountability, but they have also put my own life and my family's safety in real danger. I've had police show up at my home nearly every month under false. Strangers appear in person just to harass or intimidate me, and people online sending messages claiming that they had seen me in real life, even going as far as sending photos of me walking to school when I attended my junior year of high school. The impact of this has been severe. For my own safety, I was forced to move states, and for a long time, I avoided speaking publicly about this because I was warned that doing so would only escalate the harassment and lead to more attempts. But after 3 years, it has only gotten worse.
This intro isn't just giving context, it's telling the audience how to feel. He starts by framing everything as relentless harassment and real danger before showing any evidence that puts anyone who doubts him in a position of looking cruel. He uses extreme words like malicious, lies, and forced to move states to make the audience feel the weight of the situation before any proof is presented. Then he labels every accusation as outright lies before even addressing them, which makes questioning him feel wrong. He's setting the audience up before giving any evidence, telling them how to feel and what to think, by saying he's in danger, being harassed, and that doubts are wrong before showing proof. He frames belief as moral and skepticism as cruel. That's the textbook definition of preemptive framing. He controls the narrative before you even get the facts. He says people showed up at his house monthly, but police would never respond that many times to the same address without flagging it. Repeated false reports get tracked, deprioritized, or stopped. He then claims police dismissed edited material of his sister as playing too much Call of Duty. That's an accusation with no evidence, no report numbers, and no verifiable follow-up. There's no way to know if it actually happened. He's asking us to take his word alone. I also doubt police would ignore that. Many of his early claims people following him, rumors about his home have no documentation. He asks viewers to imagine how bad it was, but imagination isn't proof.
Any further, I want to be clear about something. I'm not going to pretend everything was handled perfectly. A mistake did happen that day, and I've already acknowledged that publicly. But there's a massive difference between a technical error and the narrative that later got laundered into something far more serious.
He admits the uncensored image appeared and apologizes, which is the only honest part, but he immediately frames it as a technical error, shifting responsibility from his judgment to an accident. At the same time, he implies that anyone criticizing him for it is unfair, which is manipulative. The truth is he should have known better. He was running the stream and preparing content for the public. The mistake was preventable. He leans on videos and law enforcement to make it seem like the situation was out of his control, which strengthens his defense, but it also downplays his role. Overall, he mixes real accountability with excuses, taking responsibility in words but framing the context to limit criticism. That makes the story partly believable but still hypocritical and manipulative.
This claim did not originate from any credible sources. It started on an anonymous forum that openly tolerates illegal activity, including doxing and harassment. I'm not going to name it directly because giving it attention only helps to do what it's designed to do. What matters is how this was constructed.
He's right that the original claim came from an anonymous forum and had clear contradictions, like wrong timelines and accounts registered in the UK. That part makes sense. But the way he presents it is manipulative. He frames it as so ridiculous that anyone questioning him seems unreasonable. He even says he'd have to prove he doesn't own an email, which isn't realistic. Then he brings up 77, the person who shared it, and leans on their bad history to make us dismiss the claim entirely. That's a classic guilt by association move. Basically, he mixes real problems in the accusation with emotional framing to make it seem like any doubt is unfair. The result is part of the story is true, but overall it's designed to make people side with him and avoid criticizing him, which is manipulative and unfair.
I used gameplay footage that I own that was recorded specifically and exclusively for my channel by Dragonix, whom I paid for that work. Ownership of that footage was transferred to me. He also reused my thumbnails, making only minimal changes while clearly imitating my channel's branding to attack and slander me. For example, on screen right now is my tofu thumbnail. Right next to it is the thumbnail that Gwamgos used for the video that he slandered me in. It's quite literally the same thing. I'd also like to point out that Gwamgos' thumbnail for some reason has the word creep when he's trying to label me, yet the video never once called me a creep. I wonder if he did that to purposely slander me and purposely malign me as some form of a... Wouldn't it be the first time he's tried to do that, by the way?
I've already talked about this in another video, but I want to go over the main points again since Gwamgo hasn't really answered them. He says he pays for the footage, but paying doesn't mean he owns it. Gwamgos adds commentary, which makes the videos transformative, but Gwamgo doesn't explain why that wouldn't count. He also acts kind of childish over thumbnails, even though similar styles are normal for commentary YouTubers. He complains about being called a creep on a thumbnail, but he's done the same thing to others. On top of that, Gwamgos points out that Gwamgo admits to hiring private investigators in his response, which just raises more questions.
I want people to take away from this video. It's this: stop believing things just because they're repeated loudly and often. A lot of the
Okay, I get that, but couldn't the same be said about you? Overall, Gwamgo's video mixes accountability with excuses, frames himself as the victim, and uses selective examples to defend his actions. While he raises points, many of them rely on assumptions or misrepresentations that don't hold up under scrutiny. So after Gwamgo's video, do you think he truly addresses the issues fairly, or is it just another way to control the narrative?